go to the inn? I didn't know that. You overhear two nurses talking. Have you heard about, Ohara-san? They seem to be talking about Sayako. She joined some volunteer organization and went to Africa. Africa? I never thought she'd be the kind of person who would go there. Well, she seemed to be taking her job really seriously towards the end of her time here. She even studied during break. Do you remember when we were talking about the rumors on the Midnight Channel? She wasn't interested at all. Oh, I remember those rumors. Not that I know where they started. But yeah, now that you mention it, Uhara-san was never around when we were chatting about them. She was studying some foreign language, wasn't she? She was trying to learn English and some African languages. She read a lot of medical books too. I see, but why Africa? Why'd she join a volunteer organization? What's the point? I'd rather marry a guy, raise kids, and be an ordinary housewife. That's what I used to think too, but watching Ohara-san kind of made me feel different about it. She did seem to have a boyfriend though, a very young one too. Hey. Oh, it must be that kid who was working here part-time. I don't know the details, but he seemed to really mean something to her. She once told me that she was trying to do her best to live up to him. Do her best, huh? I feel like I feel I have to try harder too. Yeah, I'm starting to see where she was coming from. Let's get back to work and do our best. Seems that Sayako is working hard in a foreign country. Even though Sayako is gone, her life here has changed people for the better. You feel a close bond between Sayako and yourself. The two dogs being walked together that look kind of like Herc and Phoebes. Oh, you decide to go back into town. I mean, they do make a very good pair. Yeah, there's people here. Hill overlooking town. Hey, it's you, mister. Mr. Yu. What a coincidence. Yuta and I just randomly decided to come here today. Is this fate? Eri is smiling brightly. Let's play, mister. Hey, don't be selfish, Yuta. I want to talk to Mr. Yu too. Play with Yuta. Yay! You play with Yuta. I appreciate you playing with Yuta. You really wore him out. He fell asleep on the bench. Did he? What bench? He's nowhere to be seen. By the way, you know how the criminal behind those incidents got arrested? I was afraid because everything about that case was so mysterious, and that awful fog didn't help either. When I heard the culprit was arrested, the first thing that came to my mind was about Yuta. Yuta is safe now. I felt so relieved. I can now understand what it means to by the life of a parent revolves around their child. I just want my kid to grow up and be a kind person. That's all I ask of Yuta. Life is not only about yourself. There are always other people around you, so your life will affect their life. Or your life will affect their life. So I want Yuta to become the type of person who can empathize with someone else, understand their situation. I believe that being kind to others will satisfy one's own heart.
Thank you.
So much for everything. You changed my entire life. I never really thought about my life in the past. I thought it'd be okay if I could if I could enjoy the moment. I'd just spend the rest of my life killing time. But now I see things differently. Having Yuta with me every day, laughing together over small things. I feel alive. I'm glad I'm a mother. Eri is smiling brightly. You feel a close bond between Eri and yourself. I have to go now. I promised Yuta I'd make spaghetti and meatballs together tonight, or we'd make it together tonight. Goodbye, Mr. Yu. I'm glad I met you. She's at the Magian. Go! How many people have we got after this? Like 4? We've got Yosuke, Teddy, the old lady, Is that it? Oh, Naoto. I think that's it. So yeah, I think about 4. The Amagi Inn. Welcome to... You can. That's right, you're leaving tomorrow. Thank you for coming to see me before you leave.
Very happy.
Means a lot to me. As you get to see the inn. We see it a couple times. We see it once when Adachi's talking about it in like a flashback. Welcome! I want to say you see it one other time as well. Could be wrong though. I was thinking of spending today with an and it's just another day. Oh, you see it when they stay here, don't they? That's like the room, like 2 rooms in the hot spring. Helping with the homework, housework, taking a long bath and going to sleep, so I can say goodbye without crying. Chuckle. But I failed miserably. I kept thinking about you. And on top of that, here you are, right in front of me. You're not helping at all. You're so mean. That's it. I'm leaving town with you tomorrow. Okay. Just kidding. For now. Doing a school trip somewhere else. No, they have the culture festival at school, and then they go to the Amagi Inn to stay. Because Hanako and Kasawagi are also there. And Yukiko's like, oh yeah, they come here all the time when they get their hearts broken about something. She'll also be in the backpack here. You know, after I decided to stay here and become the manager, I realized how afraid I was. Whether I can meet all the responsibilities. Whether I'll be able to support the whole staff on my own. I never thought of things like that. But I've made my decision. Now I have to make an honest attempt at it. I'll do my best to overcome the fear. And you'll be in my heart while I do, Yukin. We'll be together, even when we're apart. I promise I won't turn away from my problems and fears. I'm going to meet every challenge head on, no matter how hard it seems. Remember what Amano Sagiri said? If mankind so wishes, I will return at any time. That's not what I wish for. I'll face myself, no matter what happens. Yukin, thank you. I will always love you. You feel a solid bond between you and Yukiko. Well, I should get back to work.
See you later.
I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, Hisano, yeah, she'll be in the floodplains. That's June S. We need to go here anyway. Every day's grey at your June S, apparently. Wait, who haven't we done? Okay. Oh, we haven't done Dojima or Nanako, but I don't think they count. Naoto. Old Lady. Teddy. Oh, I and Yumi. And Adachi, which he's in jail, so I don't think it counts. Maybe the school is open. My, Yu-chan. My, what a coincidence. You really are we really are connected by fate. Chuckle. Shall we talk like old times? Sure.
Goodness, I'm so happy.
I just went to visit my husband's grave when I came to look at the river like I did last time. Next thing I know, here you are. There's a surprise. You could say your last surprise. And I'm not saying that because she's gonna die soon because she's old. I'm making a joke because that's the name of the Persona 5 song. And because we're not gonna meet her again. Because it's the end of the game, not because she's old. I live with one of my kids and my grandchild now. They're all so kind. You'll never see it coming. You'll see. He just shouts that at the top of the stairs. I just realised that I've almost never talked about my kids with you. I probably distanced myself from the rest of the family. I was afraid that if I didn't, I was going to depend on them. They're living their own lives. I didn't want to be a burden on them. So I wanted them to forget about me, to treat me as if I was dead. But they welcomed me, and now we live together. They take care of me, but I'm taking care of my grandson. So there's a little bit of give and take there. There really is a place in the world where I belong. I just assumed there wasn't that there wasn't one. They're my children, my family. I regret that I didn't talk to them before. My husband's death must have been sad for them too. After all, they lost their father. Are you happy now?
Yes.
Very much so. I'm so happy right now. Just because of that, I feel sad every now and then. I can't help but think, you must have wanted to feel this happiness too. So I've decided the best thing I can do is live a long, happy life. I'll make the rest of my life as great as it can be, then I'll tell my husband about it when I get to see him again. Then, we'll have all of eternity to be happy together. I'm not afraid anymore, just a little lonely. Chuckle. I'll also have to tell him something, I'll also have to tell him everything that happened in town too. About this whole crazy year, those awful murders, and how the police solved the case. I'll definitely have to tell him all about you too. I've recently realised something. Precious things remain precious, whether you're alive or dead. Sorry for making you listen to all my long-winded monologue. You look like you still have things left to do. You look like you've grown up a lot, Yu-chan. You're much more handsome now too. Not as handsome as my husband was though, Chuckle.
I'll see you again.
You still have a lot of life ahead of you. You feel a close bond between Hisano and yourself. I mean, she's not much of a looker herself, but whatever. Come to think you and said goodbye to Yosuke and Teddy. Junes food court? Oh. Okay. Oh, they're probably working, that's why.
Yo!
Sensei, I'm super duper happy that you came to see me. Going around saying goodbye, huh? What do you think of the peaceful, sleepy, peaceful version of Inaba? Must seem weird to you. Huh? I wonder why it began just as you arrived here. I remember that first time. Sensei and Yosuke braving the TV world alone. Boy, I feel so nostalgic. Yeah, ever since then, it was just one surprise after another. Any laughs on his scale. I mean, he is used to being in his suit all the time, so pretty fair. I can't imagine how it's going to be like living here without you. A quiet, peaceful town with no need to use our personas anymore. I can't imagine it either. That's right. We were right in the middle of the case when you came over to this side. A lot of stuff's happened. Facing my true self, and you and me got into a fight too. Yosuke, did you smack Sensei? Ah, it's so reckless. Oh, how reckless. Of course, moron. Best friends gotta fight sometimes to be best friends. Why didn't you say so earlier? Sensei, bring it on, let's fight. Don't hurt him, man. He's gotta get on the train tomorrow. But if we hurt him so much he can't get on the train, he can't leave. Sensei, you're really leaving, huh? I'm glad I met you and Yosuke. You two completely changed my life. And Nana-chan, Yuki-chan, and the others too. They all helped me. They gave life to me. Life? Come on, man. You were the one who wanted to change. That's why you tried so hard to make it happen. Thank you so much, Sensei and Yosuke. I love you. Love is kind of strong. I'll take off my outfit if you want. Let's not. You feel a solid bond between you and Yosuke and Teddy. By the way, is it okay for you to chill here? Don't you have somewhere else to go? Like meeting someone? Do you want Teddy to come with you? No, I think Teddy has to work. I'm gonna get a bigger smile from Tachima though. True. Just go by saying goodbye to Naruto. Oh, the school is open for some reason. It's spring break, but school is open to students today. Enter? Yes. Oh, Senpai, do you have business at school too? Oh, that's right, you're leaving tomorrow. Saying goodbye to your teachers? Pfft, no? Having a last look at the school, huh? Can I come with you? Teddy becomes the backpack and everyone piles in. This town has become so peaceful.
Oh.
Well, not that I'm disappointed. It's just that for me to remain here without you or a case to solve, I'll feel somewhat listless. I mean, give it a month, see how you feel, and you never know, something might prop up. But I doubt it. I know this sounds awkward since we've already discussed it before and came to a satisfactory conclusion. The reason for me being here has nothing to do with the case. Perhaps it's just your departure that's making me lonely.
I apologize.
I'm making trouble for you. No, I should apologize. Please, don't apologize. It's not your fault for moving home. I'm sure this is hardly the last time I'll face a situation such as this in my life. I'll remain here in Inaba, Senpai. Of course, from time to time, my services will be required elsewhere. But Inaba is my hometown now. I want to treasure the precious time I've spent with you, solving the case together. The Midnight Channel, Personas, Amano Sagiri. My duty is to stay here and get to the bottom of these mysteries. To be honest, the thought of it just makes me a bit lonely. Please don't forget about your please don't forget your time here, Jesus Christ. And don't forget about me. Please remember the time we spent together, when I confessed my love for you, when you accepted me for who I was. Become a mass murderer just to see her more often. You feel a solid bond between you and Naoto. I'll be at the station tomorrow with you, with the others, but this is our last chance to talk, just the two of us. No, of course it won't be. I can go visit you anytime, and vice versa. Senpai, don't you have other farewells to say? Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I'll see you tomorrow. You have not spoken to anyone with whom you formed a strong bond with yet. I should go talk to I. Woo. Is it actually confirmed where you lives? Because I thought it was in Tokyo. But I've just thought of something. If you does live in Tokyo, where were they in the events of Persona 5? Because that happens in Tokyo. Like, do you think he was rooting for the Phantom Thieves because he knew what was up? If that's the case. Like, you'd have thought all the previous Persona characters would have been like, or like Persona users would be like, Phantom Thieves, Stealing Hearts. Sounds kind of Persona-ish. Probably to do with that. He was studying abroad in America at the time, yeah, probably. See, I'd like to think when, you know, when all the... I suppose the shadows don't come through. You know, on Christmas Day when everything goes to hell, basically. I'd like to think some shadows were sort of seeping out. And so Yu does Persona 5 Strikers and just takes on a whole bunch of them by himself. just to defend people. I think that'd be kind of cool. That's my headcanon.
Oh,
Oh, you? What's wrong? You get hit with extra homework too? That's not it. I was going to see you later. I came to see you. Really? Then, are you free right now? Do you remember this rooftop? You stopped me when I was about to jump off. Thinking back on it, that was pretty dumb.
thank you.
I really need to thank you, you. You stopped me, and you listened. Thank you. I'm glad I was able to help you. I was able to tell you that before you left. Alright, enough of this soap opera. We should do something over spring break. I wouldn't mind coming to your place, you. Contrary to how I look, I'm actually very patient. I'm down for a long-distance relationship. So don't worry about me, you. Jump off. Were you not here for her, like, rank 6? I don't know what, I can't remember which rank it was. It was the one where Daisuke's like, no, I don't like her whatsoever. And then she overhears it, and then she goes to jump off the roof. I've been thinking about the future lately. Not as much about college or jobs or anything like that, but I want to become a nicer person. Does that sound like a weird goal? Good for you.
Yeah, huh?
I knew you'd understand. I'm glad I met you. I don't know what it'd be like if I hadn't. You might have dozed off. Yeah, she does that, and then you say like no, and then she just climbs back over. Maybe I'd totally be into the Midnight Channel. Oh, and spreading a bunch of rumors too. I could never see that happening to me now. I must have went through a pretty drastic change. Aya has a beaming smile on her face. Feel like you're close with Aya and yourself. You feel a close bond anyway. End of conversation. It made me so nervous saying all that. I've never done it before. Why don't you go say goodbye to your other friends? I'm sure they're waiting for you. I think I'll head home. My extra class is over. No, I'm not gonna say goodbye. I'll see you later, you. Jeez. In the practice building? Oh, Jesus, okay. Can't find any canon location where he lives. Oh, she's in the drama. Oh, I have to find the drama room. Ah. Is it the meeting room? Wait, Mac. It's the meeting room. Your Scummy High Drama Club. Yumi is here. Where you found Inabo is, it's near Mount Fuji. Because there was a thing about seeing Mount Fuji, and then you were like, oh my god, it must be here. And you guessed it right, I can't remember what the area was though. Yukon, I knew you'd come. I came in today to turn something in, and I felt this wave of nostalgia. We used to be in this club together. You're leaving tomorrow, right? I have something to tell you. I haven't really put my thoughts in order yet. I want you to hear what I have to say, because you're the one who changed how I think, Yukon. I'm thinking of joining the student council. I figured I should do something for my school. I want to take part in some local politics too. The town is voting whether to keep the gas masks. I understand why people won't want to see them ever again, but what happens if the fog comes back, you know? Oh, and I've started working at June S. I'm a cashier at the food court. I like to try some more of the clubs at school too. To be honest, I'd like to go back to the drama club. I want to see and feel the world I live in. So I'm planning to try as many things as I can, as long as the opportunities are there. I've been thinking about it. What am I supposed to do in my life? That is, I want to find out what the significant meaning in my life is. Why my parents created me. Though, if I do find that out, I can't be satisfied with that answer. I have to do something with that knowledge. Do something for the people who live on after me. Yamanashi. That's where the station is. There you go. So what's the biggest what's the nearest biggest town or city even? Because that would probably be, well, not necessarily the nearest, but like biggest city near it, I guess. I don't know why I keep adding nearest. I believe the goal in life is to pass things on to as many people as you can. Because it's not Okina, because you visit there all the time, so I wouldn't have thought you just would move away from there. It's not about inheriting blood or continuing your genetic line, it's more like passing on your memories. And since my father passed this down to me, I have to do the same for future generations. I'll do my best to see that my life bears fruit. I hope that you can come back and see me again. I hope we can see each other again. And take care of yourself. The fact that I care about you so much won't change, no matter how far we're apart. We won't be alone. Bye. Yumi's eager smile cheers you up. Feel a close bond between you and Yumi. Who have we not spoken to? Oh no, Dojima and Nanako. They're at home, so they do count. I think that's everyone. I'm surprised they count, to be honest. Oh, here they are.
Hey.
Kanagawa. Fair enough. Hey, how are the goodbyes coming along? Did you see all your friends? Most of them. I see. Did they all cry? Let me see your face. You look you look a lot more mature now. Yeah, we've only been together for about a year, but kids grow up surprisingly fast. Nanako, do you remember what we promised? Take care of yourself, big bro. Don't get sick. You too, Nanako. Yokohama's a little closer than Tokyo. Ah. So it's one of those, probably. Yep. Don't look so sad, Nanako. We're all family, remember? Doesn't matter if we're apart. We can go see him when I get a vacation. Then we can talk about everything that's happened since we last saw each other, right? Yeah. Just south of Tokyo. Ah. Will you remember me? Of course. It's a promise. Yeah, come on, don't cry. I'm not crying. You're crying. Oh well. I guess all kids end up being pushed around by their parents. Same goes for you. It wasn't all that long, all things considered, but I did enjoy your time here with us. I really do think of you as part of my family. Well, you should. I'm your nephew. I'm surprised my sister's kid would turn out to be such an upstanding young man. Give Nanako a call sometime when you have a spare moment, and you're welcome to come visit us anytime. I'll leave your room just as it is. Or empty? This is your second home, you know. You feel a solid bond between Dojima and Nanako and yourself. When I grow up, I want to marry you, big bro. Sweet home Alabama. You're a stud, you. Sure, Nanako, be still available by the time you're an adult. You shouldn't really be endorsing this, Dojima. But that'll be a long time, won't it, you, right? Dojima smiles, but he looks straight into your eye and doesn't seem to be joking. By the way, have you said goodbye to anyone else yet? You still have a lot of time today, so why don't you go around Edinburgh and see everyone you've missed? Besides, I don't think you've really had a whole lot. I don't think you've really had the whole peaceful small town experience here while you've been here. Now that I think about it, that case began shortly after you arrived, and it finally ended a few months ago. Basically, it all happened while you were here in Inaba. I guess it was just a quirk of fate. Anyway, you should get going. We'll be going home too. I called you a stud, so maybe Dojima's into us. You have said goodbye to all the people you have formed close bonds with. You should prepare. You should return to your house to prepare for tomorrow. No. Now I bet you're all thinking, why did he say no? That's weird. It is indeed weird. It is weird. Should we just explore Inaba for a bit? You should have no reason to come here anymore. Might as well stop by the food court one last time. Enter. Sure. The usual food court. So if you say yes, you get the good ending. This is where you had spent so many afternoons going over the case with everyone. Just sitting here brings back a lot of memories. Oh.
Huh? What a coincidence! It must be destiny!
Oh, so you guys came here too! It's our very own special headquarters. There's so many memories here.
Yo there,
Oh, everyone's
Senpai.
here.
I thought you'd be here.
Weird.
We had a feeling we'd run into everyone if we came here.
We were planning on seeing you off at the station tomorrow, but I was feeling too restless, so I decided to come here.
Well, since we're all here, why don't we have something to eat?
Ooh, let's have steak! Steak! And make Yosuke pay for everything!
Will you shut up about your steaks?
You reminisced with the others.
I really had fun in this world.
Dude, your whole existence is about fun. Well, what we've gone through wasn't all fun and games. But I gotta say, I've never felt so fulfilled in my life.
It seems we've been working on this forever, but at the same time, it felt like it went so fast. We won't ever gather here again like this, or tear our hair out trying to solve the mysteries.
Even if we wanted to talk about it all, there were so many extraordinary things that no one would believe us. Come to think of it, for me, I think it all started when Chie told me about the Midnight Channel.
I think I heard about it from her too. How did you learn about it, Chie?
I guess it was just a random rumor. A lot of girls were trying it out.
Huh. I wonder how it started then.
Who knows? Maybe someone accidentally came across it?
The Midnight Channel. You know, that really was the cause of everything. I mean, the fog lifted after we caught Adachi, but there's still a lot of stuff that isn't clear yet. It's still foggy over there, too.
Some weird guy might use it to do bad things again.
Didn't that Amino something monster say it granted us power?
I bestowed power onto those who could brave the Hollow Forest. In other words, he gave the power to enter TVs to those who awakened to their persona ability, so that he might use us as pawns to enact his scheme.
Hey, that reminds me. Didn't your hand suddenly slip into the TV even before anything happened to you? Does that mean you're an exception? Well, wait, then what about Adachi and Namatame? Those two could go inside TVs before all this stuff about personas, right?
What? Then Senpai and the other two could do it for some other reason?
There must be something you're not remembering. Anything come to your mind, Senpai?
You're the only exception. You had the power to enter TVs before your persona awakened. The same goes for Adachi and Namatame. You remember that Nanako gave you something this morning as you were about to leave? A dream, perhaps?
A letter? Hey, this better not be another warning.
Sender is listed as Adachi.
This is from jail? It's from Adachi.
I'm sure you're surprised to get this letter out of the blue. I'm writing this because there's something I need to tell you. Ever since I made it out alive, there are some things I understand now. It's true that my game's over. As you all insisted at the time, I'll abide by the rules of this world. But as long as I'm in stir here, I can't clean up after myself. So I hope this will give you something to think about regarding this case. There's still this feeling I can't shake. It's about how it all started, about that midnight channel. Now I remember, someone told me about it when I first came to town, before I heard the rumors at the station. And I was intrigued when I noticed that something similar was written on Namatame's reports as well.
Gamer, yeah.
I can't remember who it was that told me. Since Namatame and I both gained our power after coming to Inaba, I have a feeling that has something to do with it. I don't know if any of this will be useful or not, but I hope it can help somehow.
There's still more.
When I'm here, I think of Dojima-san, Nanako-chan, and you. A lot. Though my time with you didn't seem like much fun before. It's strange.
Adachi's well-organized words unfold on a piece of stationery paper.
Despite it all, I'm grateful to you. Thank you. But let me just say this.
When I get out of here, I'm
You're
gonna
a
rip your
dumbass.
guts out. Oh. Rude.
You take the path you choose, and I'll think about what that means to me too. I doubt I'll ever see you again, but stay healthy. Goodbye.
Thanks. The letter ends there. You obtained Adachi's letter. You feel a definitive bond between you and Adachi. Yay! We got everyone's social link maxed. Such a weird way to get Adachi's rank 10, but there you go. Thou art I, and I am thou. Thou hast established the actual last genuine bond. And we can now make Magatsu Izanagi, which is the upgraded version of Izanagi. Which is the version that he had, I think. Oh yeah, I never pointed that out. Yeah, Adachi had the same persona that we did. Like the starting one. It was just red and black. The Tempter of the Void. Ooh. Legend of Inaba. It's a trophy we just got. Still though, the thing, the things he wrote gnaw at you. Who did we learn about the Midnight Channel from?
It's not very helpful to know that he can't remember who it was.
I'm not sure how to put it, but I kinda know the feeling. It's like... I don't know how to say this. Like something's connecting all these things. Something beyond what we can see. That world. The Midnight Channel. The ability to enter TVs. They all feel like separate things. You know what I mean? First the rumors, then the serial murder, followed by us deciding to investigate the case. If they all really were separate, they wouldn't fit together like this, right? There has to be some kind of conductor behind everything.
So you think the
Conductor,
person Adachi
you
mentioned,
say?
the one who told him about the Midnight Channel, is that conductor? Did I strike gold again? It's seriously just something that popped into my head!
Senpai, is there anything like that you can think of?
Power to enter TVs, where everything about this case started. You learned about the Midnight Channel from Chie a few days after coming to this town, when she told you the rumor. But Adachi and Namatame heard about the Midnight Channel from someone immediately after coming to this town. When you think back, you feel as if something happened to you as well upon your arrival here. Does anyone know what it is? Before I say there is something. If anyone can remember that far back. That's if you don't already know. That first dream was interesting. I mean, you're not wrong. There is something.
We were involved in a murder case last year, which we succeeded in solving. But the monster we fought last said we did well in playing our parts. Perhaps this means Adachi and Namatame were players as well. Could it be that from the beginning, this serial murder case was merely a portion of a much larger scheme? And none of the people who were directly involved in the case ever suspected it.
You think it was a dream anyway?
Hey, this scheme. Could it be the whole thing about filling both worlds with the fog and turning mankind into shadows?
If you get a killer and
behind the
you get
scenes
a killer,
watching us.
everyone gets a killer.
The culprits. And maybe even that monster. And he manipulated Adachi and Namatame at the very beginning so everything would come together perfectly?
Let's go out into town. We might find something. Although, you may be the only one capable of noticing it. Please contact the rest of us should you come across anything.
We can't say our goodbyes tomorrow with this hanging over our heads. Let's go figure this out.
You could have given... who could have given you the initial spark of this power? The one you met immediately after coming into town was... my uncle Dojima. It was Nanako. ... In any case, you need to see them to confirm the truth. Dad, I'm moving in again. So I've given a clue there. Who was the first person that we met? Very interesting.
Did you already meet all your friends?
No. Oh, it's voice. I wanted to talk to you.
What's this all of a sudden?
You asked Ojima about the first day you arrived in town.
The day you first came to town? Let's see. We were the first ones to greet you, right? Did we stop somewhere on the way home? I'm pretty sure Nanako and I left home that afternoon, picked you up, and came straight back. Now that I think back to that night, I was called back to work as soon as we got
Interesting
home. So I
theories.
couldn't talk
Interesting
much.
theories.
And the very next day, those strange murders started. Sheesh. Lots happened since then. It's been one heck of a year, hasn't it?
Hey, big bro. On the first day, didn't we stop at that place?
The walks in a cycle.
The gas station. I used the bathroom there. When I got back to the car, you were talking to the weird attendant.
The weird attendant?
Yeah, when I first met you, I remember the gas attendant because he was weird.
Now that you mention it, I do remember that. I filled the tank before we went home, huh? Yeah, I do remember you talking to the attendant there. I didn't remember seeing him much before, so he stuck in my mind. But I don't know about calling him weird. It wasn't like he looked or acted funny. Yeah, come to think of it, I never saw that guy again.
Never saw that guy again. Weird.
It wasn't really that the attendant looked weird. But after you talked to him, you looked sick, big bro.
I looked sick?
Don't you remember? I asked you on the way home.
We never
Are you
found it.
car sick? You said you were okay, but that attendant, he was just a little scary for some reason.
I didn't know about that. But honestly, I'm surprised you're asking all these questions. I thought you came here just to reminisce. So, why are you looking for the person you met first? Is something going on with that attendant? Do you know him?
It might
I
be
see.
important.
Well, just remember that you leave tomorrow.
Yeah, the gas station person would finally be
I don't
important.
know what you're up to, but you should come back home early.
I don't know.
There are some dark clouds on the horizon. We might get some rain soon.
Might get some rain soon. I understand.
Okay.
First place you stopped when you came to town was the gas station. Maybe something there will jog your memory. It's Igor again. It was Igor all along. Well, there's no one here. Weird. Alright, let's go to the Velvet Room. Just... no reason. Shut up.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. How you have solved the mystery and deflected the disaster that so nearly fell upon you. Is there something else beyond this you need our assistance with?
There's one last thing.
Intriguing. So, is there still something that leaves you unsatisfied? What may that be? Well then, let's take a look and see what it is you might be sensing.
Wow.
Wow. That's a lot.
Ah, this is a surprise. These are shards of power.
One person in this room hasn't kissed me yet.
To the truth
Come here, nosy.
Without being swayed by hollow rumors. Interesting. Indeed, you have come here today.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, Eagle's the only one you haven't kissed in this room.
Part as well.
Wow.
That is a crystal of power which you have nurtured through your journey. An orb that repels fabrications of all sorts, dispels lies, and shines upon the truth.
The truth, you say? Also, Igor is so much cooler in this one than he is in 5. For obvious reasons, but he's actually nice.
Hey, I remembered something about myself. I was born a long, long time ago.
Spirit bomb.
The
Shatters.
unconscious wish shared by people's minds to protect the world of man, walk the path of man.
Sorry, to protect the world from
fulfill
devastation.
The wish of the world. That was my
To unite all people within our nation.
People
To
changed.
denounce the evils of
People
truth and
stopped
love.
wishing for truth and life. Or maybe they just stopped
Extend
paying
our reach
attention.
to the stars
Eventually,
above.
The me that wanted to protect humanity and the me that wanted to fulfill humanity's wish couldn't stay as one. The desires of man had no bounds, and one day, my other half became its own existence. Much larger than myself. I was left behind. With no power or memories, I became a tiny fragment, incapable of even clearing the fog without giving my own life to do so. Kusumi no Okami. The rest, you already know. Without my powers, I became a tool, manipulated by the other me. You already know, huh? The cause of it all. The one who created the Midnight Channel and gave you the power to enter the TV. The real puppet master, who tried to fill both worlds with fog, using me and the Sagiri. If you don't defeat her, the world will never be truly clear
I didn't
of that
realize
fog.
it was
Follow
the
what
more
you believe
powerful
in.
half of Marie.
The truth
Because I
is
didn't
right in
save
front of you.
Marie in my first playthrough.
Truth is a thing which only appears to those who have observed, considered, and made a choice. At the end of the path you chose lies the truth. Believe in it, and continue without faltering.
How marvelous.
God, it
It
never
seems
ends.
that you will reveal the journey's true end, one beyond our predictive power. Now go to the place where everything began.
Place where everything began. Oh, it's raining. Began raining. That's what I just said. So can I can I give a quick fun fact with this? And I may have slightly purposely done it, just to see if anyone would notice. So, hey, look, it's that creepy gas attendant, who is clearly no one of importance whatsoever. But did you guys know that they actually turn up throughout the entire game? Like, you can talk to them numerous times, but only if it's raining. And it's in the evening, I think. No, I think if it's raining, no matter what time of day it is, I think they do appear. Because I've noticed them standing there numerous times. But I've never spoken to them on purpose. Hi there, do you need something? Wasn't this where I first... What are you talking about? Oh, is this about that part-time job? I'm sorry, we don't have an opening yet. Do you know Namatame? Ah, that serial murder suspect. A real tragedy, wasn't it? But the case was solved, right? Thank goodness. Have you met those two? Well, that's a weird question to ask. I don't know if it was right here, but I might have met them before. I've been in this town for a long time, so yeah, there's a good chance. But it's not like I knew them personally. If you got nothing else, you might, you mind leaving me alone? Oh, you still need something? Chuckle. Hey, I asked you to leave me alone. Did you miss that? Did you do anything to them? Huh? Yeah, it was only when it's raining. To those two. Ah, that's right. I remember now. I think I met them when they first came into town. So I greeted them saying, "Welcome to Inaba." And that's all. Just that. Chuckle, what about it? What did you do to me? What did I do? Don't you remember? I met you here when you first came to town and did the same thing as what I did to those two. I greeted you. That's all. Remember? We talked for a couple minutes. Hey, mind if I ask you something? Why all these questions? Is there something that's bothering you? About the time when we first met? Yeah, there is. Amazing. You've reached me at last. Chuckle, let's drop this charade. To be quite honest, I was waiting for you to come. Adachi, Namatame, and you. It is I who awakened that power within you three. The one who had potential. But having said that, I am rather surprised.
You really are troublesome. Not only did you defeat the two Sagiri I snuck into Adachi and Namatame, but you even saved that stunted dwarf of a life.
Are you talking about Marie?
It's such a foolish thing. What good is saving her life? She is but rubbish, suitable only for getting rid of that pointless fog. Don't tell me she was still carrying that around. Oh, excuse me. I was talking about that bamboo comb you have on you.
What about it?
It seems you don't know who gave her that comb either. That comb is a symbol of the separation we went through.
You remember that Kanji's mother mentioned that you visited when you visited Tatsumi Textiles with Marie. It's an old belief that combs have the power of to cause separation.
How foolish.
Oh!
That comb was a curse. And to think she treasured it all this time. She must have been desperate for something to cling to. There's a limit to how irresponsible you can get.
You kind of gas station employees, you never know what power they possess. No, it's if you ever get sick while touching a gas station employee, you get persona powers. That's what I've learned. You've messed with me as well.
And what are you going to do about it? The last battle wasn't enough for you. You certainly have the powers I was expecting.
Why did you choose
me? For your
me?
Special potential, of course. Your friends were drawn to the spark I stirred in you. That's why they're here now, with their awakened powers. Still, I didn't think you'd make it all the way to me. Indeed, I never expected this at all. You're really something. What? You don't remember? When you first came to town, I gave your power a gentle push. Just like this.
Biggest flashbang.
Are you in high school? Does it surprise a city boy to see how little there is out here? There's so little to do, I'm sure you'll get bored fast. You'll either be hanging out with your friends or doing part-time jobs. Speaking of which, we're actually looking for part-time help right now. Give it some thought, why don't you? We don't mind if you're a student.
You felt an extreme dizziness.
You're not the only one I welcomed to town with a handshake greeting. I did the same for a few other outsiders like you. A handful of strangers were more than sufficient to stimulate a small place like this. But it seems the stimulus was stronger than I imagined. Enough to envelop this town with fog, and later lift it. Not only that, you now stand before me as if your assigned part wasn't enough. What for?
To learn the truth.
What will
it's always about the
grasping
truth.
Truth do for you? Why such greed? I guess it's the foolish nature of being mortal.
Ooh.
I am Izunami. Amino Sagiri, ruler of the fog, is merely an aspect of myself that I birthed long ago. You awakened to a power I had not imagined. You defeated the two Sagiri and the one...
Oh, so what was that we were learning about? Izunami?
Here you stand, face to face with me. I can no longer
She was the one that Izagami, or whatever our persona is, fell in love with and that was sent down to the underworld and everything. Yeah, that one.
This time I shall pit my full strength against you. But in return, you must come prepared to follow through in your futile resistance.
Izanagi, that's it, yeah. Because Izanagi was in love with Izanami, and she was also his sister. Oh, bit weird. But yeah, because then she then got sent to the underworld, I think, because of reasons which we've gone through. You can hear your voice's friends in your head, and then or in the distance even.
Who was that you were just talking to? Did she just disappear? Wait, don't tell me.
He found her with looking. Well, what did she have wrong with her? It was like bugs and stuff. Like she was basically a rotting corpse, basically, but she was still alive. Which was like her true form at that point, because I think she fell in love with someone else down there, and so he ran out trying to escape the underworld, and she was trying to kill him before he could escape. And then after escaping, he sealed off the entrance, trapping her inside. And then when he washes away the underworld dirt that he's got all over him, that creates multiple other deities, one of which is Yukiko's persona, and I think another one is the Chie's persona, or was it Yosuke's? It was someone else's persona. Two of them are made. See, these are super fun facts. This is why it's called an educational game. You told your gathered friends what happened between you and the gas station attendant.
So, it wasn't over after all.
You're saying this so-called Izanami
So thanks,
is the
Angelic.
conductor, and she's waiting for us in the other world? If we don't beat her, I'm sure it'll all happen again.
Oh, okay. The others aren't far off, so I'll call them up.
Yeah, will ya? Tell him this is really gonna close the case.
Right. We'll defeat her and put an end to this for sure this time.
All right. Then once we're all ready, let's meet up at Junes.
You'll finally discover the true cause of everything that happened. You must defeat this Izanami who waits for you in that other world. If Izanami truly gave birth to Amino Sagiri, then as long as Izanami is left alone, the town will definitely fall into the fog again someday. And if that were to happen, everyone all those precious to you would become more shadows. This is the most important task you've ever faced, and it has been, it must be taken. You must take care of the town. You must ensure complete peace for this town where you've lived for this long. Sure, this time what fifth time here. I'd like to think this is like a true 100% playthrough, because you wouldn't normally get the background behind all the personas, which teaches you about Izanami and stuff before finding out the twist.